Did you know that after age 40, woman's body goes through significant changes that affect metabolism, insulin sensitivity, and the way fat is stored? Many women begin to struggle more with weight loss, waking up with energy, or maintaining quality sleep through the night. These changes, mainly driven by the decline in estrogen and progesterone levels, alter how the body responds to food, especially in the evening. That's exactly where nighttime intermittent fasting becomes an effective and physiologically appropriate strategy. By respecting the body's natural rhythms, it helps regulate insulin levels more consistently, promotes fat burning, supports metabolic function without requiring extreme dietary restrictions, instead of becoming just another challenge. Nighttime fasting can be a tool for care, safety, and balance, especially for women seeking longevity, vitality, and hormonal stability after 40. What is nighttime intermittent fasting and why it works better after 40? Nighttime intermittent fasting is the practice of stopping food intake at the end of the day, usually after dinner, and resuming only the next morning, creating a fasting window that extends through the hours of sleep. This approach is considered one of the most natural and sustainable ways to fast, particularly for women over 40. During this stage of life, the body undergoes major hormonal shifts. There's a gradual decline in estrogen and progesterone, which directly affects metabolism, fat distribution, and insulin response. In addition, melatonin, the hormone that regulates sleep, also tends to change, impacting how the body processes food at night. Late-night eating, which is common in modern routines, can become even more harmful after 40. The digestive system slows down in the evening, and insulin production naturally decreases, making it easier for fat, especially abdominal fat, to accumulate. That's why nighttime fasting is particularly effective at this stage of life. It works in harmony with the body's biological clock known as the circadian rhythm and allows the digestive, metabolic, and hormonal systems to operate in a more balanced and less overburdened way. For women seeking balance, energy, and weight control after 40, nighttime intermittent fasting offers a way to retrain the body without relying on radical diets or complicated restrictions. It's a strategy that works with your body, not against it. How to practice nighttime fasting safely and respect your body. Safety should be the foundation of any health strategy, especially when it comes to intermittent fasting for women over 40. At this stage of life, the body responds differently to metabolic stimuli, and small decisions can lead to significant impacts, both positive and negative. The first step in practicing nighttime fasting safely is to observe your body. Women with a history of hypoglycemia, eating disorders, or chronic conditions should seek professional guidance. However, for most women, nighttime fasting can be implemented naturally by gradually reducing the eating window, for example, by finishing dinner earlier and postponing breakfast by 1 or 2 hours. It's neither necessary nor recommended to begin with long fasting periods. The female body, particularly after 40, needs time to adjust, gradually extending the time between the last meal of the day and the first meal of the next morning is more effective and safer than jumping into extended fasts right away. Another essential point is to respect signs of metabolic stress. Excessive fatigue, insomnia, irritability, weakness, or food cravings may indicate that fasting is being done improperly. The goal of nighttime fasting is not deprivation, but to support the body's natural biological processes during rest. It's also important to stay well hydrated during the fasting window. Water, caffeine-free herbal teas, and light broths are acceptable as long as they don't contain significant calories. To ensure the body enters the fasting state smoothly, the last meal of the day should be nutritious, satisfying, and easy to digest, a point we'll explore in more detail later. Practicing nighttime fasting safely means understanding that every body has its own pace and unique responses. Listening to your body, making thoughtful adjustments. And being patient with the process is key. Preparing the body for nighttime, fasting what to change in your eating routine. To make nighttime intermittent fasting effective without putting undue stress on the body, it's essential to prepare throughout the day, especially through nutrition. What you eat and when you eat directly affects how your body will respond during the fasting period. During the day, prioritize foods that promote satiety and stable blood sugar levels. Meals should include high-quality proteins, healthy fats, and fiber-rich vegetables. This helps prevent insulin spikes, reduces late-day carb cravings, and makes the transition into the nighttime fast smoother. Special attention should be given to the last meal of the day. Ideally, it should be consumed 2 to 3 hours before bedtime, allowing time for digestion and enabling the body to enter the fasting phase with the digestive system at rest. A light, nutrient-dense meal is ideal, for example, a combination of lean protein, cooked vegetables, and a small portion of healthy fats such as olive oil or avocado. Avoid ultra-processed foods, simple sugars, and alcoholic beverages at dinner. These items increase insulin production, make digestion more difficult, and can compromise sleep quality while also making the fasting period more uncomfortable. Another important factor is your eating rhythm throughout the day. Eating at regular intervals, chewing thoroughly, and avoiding long periods of restriction before the fast helps prevent late-day overeating. Something especially common in women who begin fasting without an organized eating pattern. Preparing the body for nighttime. Fasting isn't about a single meal. It's about a series of intentional choices made throughout the day. When guided properly, nutrition becomes a powerful ally in building a fasting routine that is safe, consistent, and supportive of women's health. After 40 step-by-step guide to starting nighttime fasting. Safely starting nighttime intermittent fasting safely requires more than just skipping breakfast or eating dinner earlier. It's essential to respect the body's adjustment period, strategically structure your eating window, and understand that consistency matters more than rigidity. Step 1. Set a realistic eating window. For most women over 40, a 12-hour eating window with a 12-hour fast is a great place to start. For example, eating between 7 a.m. and 7 p.m. and fasting from 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. As your body adapts, the window can gradually shrink to 10 or even 8 hours, depending on your metabolic response and comfort level. Step 2. Make dinner your final meal of the day and not an excuse for overeating. Aim for meals that are nourishing, light, and consistent, so your body feels satisfied but not overloaded. Avoid post-dinner snacking or that just a little sweet before bed. These habits delay the start of your fast and disrupt your metabolic rhythm. Step 3. Avoid drastic changes and respect your pace. Some women feel great quickly. Others need more time to adjust their sleep, hunger cues, and daily energy. The key is consistency, not perfection. Another important element is hydration. Keep drinking water during your fasting hours. If needed, calming herbal teas like chamomile or fennel can support the evening transition. Avoid caffeine at night, as it interferes with sleep quality and disrupts your circadian rhythm. And above all, remember, nighttime fasting should never feel like punishment. It should fit naturally into your routine, honoring your hunger, energy levels, and need for rest. When done right, it becomes as habitual and effortless as brushing your teeth. It's a part of daily self-care. How to stay consistent with intermittent fasting after 40. Consistency is what transforms nighttime intermittent fasting from a temporary experiment into a life-changing habit. And for women over 40, maintaining regularity doesn't depend on willpower. It depends on realistic strategies that align with the body's needs and the rhythm of everyday life. One of the key factors that supports consistency is predictability. Having set meal and fasting times reduces the number of decisions you need to make throughout the day. This helps avoid slip-ups caused by fatigue, stress, or impulsiveness. Whenever possible, stick to a regular eating window even on weekends. Frequent changes make metabolic adaptation harder. Another important factor is conscious flexibility. Not every day will be the same, and that's perfectly normal. Instead of giving up after a social event or a poor night's sleep, adjust your eating window temporarily and return to your usual routine the next day. Excessive rigidity leads to guilt, and guilt breaks consistency. Proper nutrition is also crucial. Fasting becomes much easier to maintain when your meals are nourishing, satisfying, and well-balanced. Overly restrictive diets, insufficient protein, or excessive consumption of ultra-processed foods often lead to cravings and make nighttime fasting more difficult. Sleep is equally important. Poor sleep disrupts hunger and satiety hormones, lowers stress tolerance, and increases cravings for high-calorie foods, all of which make it harder to stick with fasting. In short, taking care of your sleep means taking care of your consistency. Finally, stay clear on your purpose. Knowing why you're fasting, whether for longevity, energy, weight control, or hormonal balance, helps sustain motivation on the harder days. When well integrated into your routine, nighttime intermittent fasting stops feeling like an effort and becomes part of your lifestyle. Hormonal adaptations, fasting, and the female body after 40. After age 40, a woman's body undergoes a gradual hormonal transition that directly affects how it responds to fasting. Estrogen and progesterone, two key hormones for women's health, begin to fluctuate and eventually decline, particularly with the onset of perimenopause and menopause. These changes impact metabolism, insulin sensitivity, fat distribution, and appetite. That's why women in this phase of life should not follow fasting protocols designed for men or for younger women. Fasting must be adapted to this new hormonal reality. The good news is that can be done without sacrificing its benefits. One of the most important points is the relationship between fasting and cortisol. As estrogen levels decline, the female body becomes more sensitive to stress. While fasting is generally a mild and beneficial metabolic stressor when done correctly, it can become harmful if introduced in a context of high stress, poor sleep, or inadequate nutrition. That's why nighttime fasting, when done gently and in alignment with the body's natural rhythms, is a safer choice. It fits naturally into the body's rest period, minimizing disruption to the hormonal axis. It also helps avoid the more common side effects of prolonged fasting in women with hormonal imbalances, such as extreme fatigue, mood swings, or irregular menstrual cycles for women who are still menstruating. Another important factor is insulin resistance, which tends to increase after 40. Nighttime fasting helps reverse this trend by improving fat metabolism, enhancing mental clarity, and reducing the risk of metabolic diseases. Ultimately, it's essential to listen to your body. Changes in sleep quality, energy drops, anxiety, or sudden weight fluctuations are signs that fasting may need to be adjusted. With the right adaptations in timing, intensity, and diet, fasting becomes a safe, supportive tool tailored to the female physiology during hormonal transition. Real results with nighttime fasting. What to expect and when to adjust. When practiced regularly and tailored to the female body after 40. Nighttime intermittent fasting offers clear, cumulative benefits. However, it's important to manage expectations and understand that the most meaningful changes happen gradually, overnight. Among the first positive signs, many women report better sleep quality, reduced abdominal bloating, and improved mental clarity within the first few weeks. These benefits are linked to improved insulin regulation and fewer inflammatory spikes caused by late, unbalanced meals. With continued practice, typically after 4 to 8 weeks, many notice more stable weight, improvements in body composition, especially reduced abdominal fat, and higher energy levels throughout the day. Digestion becomes more efficient, and hunger and appetite are better regulated. In the medium to long term, nighttime fasting also serves as a powerful tool in preventing metabolic conditions like type 2 diabetes and cardiovascular disease. It improves insulin sensitivity, lowers triglycerides, and enhances systemic inflammatory markers. Still, not all bodies respond in the same way. That's why it's crucial to stay attentive to signs that adjustments may be needed. If you experience significant fatigue, insomnia, daytime food cravings, or muscle loss, it may be time to reassess your fasting window, meal quality, or overall stress levels. The best results come from a combination of consistency, body awareness, and gradual adjustments. Nighttime fasting shouldn't be forced, it should be built over time. That's a health tool that respects and follows the natural wisdom of the female body. Nighttime intermittent fasting is not a magic solution. It's a tool that, when applied thoughtfully, aligns with the real needs of the female body after 40. It respects hormonal cycles, supports metabolism, and encourages a more intelligent relationship with food. To achieve consistent, lasting results, 3 pillars are essential: clarity, patience, and body awareness. Clarity about the purpose of fasting, patience with the process and the body's timeline, and close attention to physical and emotional signals that indicate whether the approach is working. Remember, fasting safely is more important than fasting for long hours. Maintaining consistency is more valuable than achieving a perfect fasting routine. And adapting the process to your reality is what ensures meaningful and sustainable results. If you're over 40, navigating hormonal transitions, and seeking balance, energy, and longevity, nighttime intermittent fasting can be a smart, effective choice if done with knowledge and care.